Trembling in the rain again tonight. Your shadow leaned against the bar like trouble dressed in white. My heart was beating rhythms that the jukebox couldn't play. You lit a cigarette and stole my careful breath away. And suddenly the lonely city had a face. You spoke like broken poetry, dripping slow with gin. Every word you whispered pulled my reckless spirit in. I tried to play it cool, but love was laughing at my pride. The way you touched my wrist felt like a secret we could hide, a melody that sorrow couldn't drown. The bartender kept staring like he knew where we would be. Two damaged hearts colliding in the smoky harmony. Your eyes were dark confessions wrapped in velvet midnight blue. I knew that every bad decision started leading me to you. But heaven sometimes hides inside mistakes. You dance like every heartbeat, oh just something more. Your laughter spilled like whiskey on the worn out wooden floor. I felt the room dissolve into a slow and fragile spin, like every lonely love song suddenly grew skin and wrapped itself around our restless souls. The night kept whispering promises it couldn't really keep. Your breath against my shoulder woke a storm I couldn't sleep. I knew tomorrow morning you might vanish like a ghost, but in that crooked moment you were all I wanted most. A reckless prayer I never learned to say. Your fingers traced the scars that I had buried in my skin. You said that broken hearts are where the best songs always begin. The moon outside the window watched us fall without a sound, like two lost saints discovering a faith that can't be found in any church but lips like yours. And when the morning cracked the sky with pale and tired gold, you kissed me like a secret that was never meant be told. The city woke around us like a song that fades too fast, but every lonely night since then still echoes from the past, with midnight on your lips again. You walked in with the sadness dressed in velvet crimson red. A thousand restless memories tangled softly in your head. The jukebox cried of blues that tasted bitter on the air, and every lonely heartbeat in the room was standing there, just waiting for your eyes to choose a soul. Your smile was like a warning written deep in cherry wine, sweet enough to pull me in and crooked by design. You held my hand like love was just a temporary sin, a reckless little fire that we both could wander in, before the morning burned it into smoke. Oh, we talked about our ghosts like they were lovers we betrayed. Every lie and lonely scar, a quiet debt we paid. You laughed and said forever was a word that people faded into gray. Your voice was like a trumpet pushing sorrow far away. I tried to read the secrets trembling softly in your eyes, but love was playing jazz between your dangerous goodbyes, and every note was pulling me too close. Like the night would end too soon. The ceiling fans were spinning slow, confessions to the moon. Your hair was smelling softly like the trouble I adore, and every step you took just made me crave you even more. A melody that refused to behave. You told me love was fragile, like a glass about to break, but sometimes broken pieces make the prettiest mistakes. Your lips were stained with secrets and a hint of something wild, and suddenly my tired heart remembered how it smiled inside your reckless gravity. But when the sunrise whispered through the cracks of dusty blinds, you disappeared like poetry between unfinished lines. The glass of cherry wine was still reflecting where you stood, and every lonely sip still tastes like everything we could have been before the smoke arrived. Love is a crooked song playing low inside my chest, a melody that never lets a lonely woman rest. Your voice was like a trumpet cutting through the midnight air, and suddenly the quiet city knew that you were there, standing like a storm in borrowed light. Dressed as saints, painting fragile promises with whiskey color paints. Your fingers traced the rhythm down the trembling of my spine, and every nerve inside me sang a slow electric line that only lonely hearts could hear. Oh, you told me love was trouble wearing perfume in the night, a kiss that burns like neon in the corners of your sight. But still you held me closer like the danger felt like home, and every breath between us built a kingdom we could roam, where rules were only broken dreams. The saxophone was crying through the cigarette perfume. Your shadow on the wall was dancing slowly with the gloom. I swear the stars outside were leaning close enough to spy on two rebellious lovers, teaching midnight how to fly across the velvet sky of doubt. Your heartbeat on my shoulder felt like thunder dressed in silk, a reckless kind of sweetness stronger than the darkest guilt. I tried to memorize the fragile way you said my name, because forever always loses badly in this game. song in the shadows down below. And somewhere in the distance, like a ghost I can't outrun, your voice still sings the verses that we never left undone. Inside my stubborn heart of blue. Your ghost was in the silence and it wouldn't shut me up. Every chair across the table still remembered how you sat, like love had left a fingerprint beneath my battered hat, and whispered that it might return someday. Heartbreak intertwine. Ooh, yeah. You love me like a wildfire burning slowly through the night, a dangerous kind of warmth that always dances near the light. I tried to play the skeptic like I didn't really care, but every time you kissed me I was floating in the air, like gravity forgot my name. Your jacket on the sofa still smells faintly of your skin, a mixture of regret and all the trouble we were in. The window shows the city stretching wide and half asleep, while memories like stubborn melodies begin to creep across the quiet corners of my mind. Yeah. You said that love was fragile, like a record worn too thin, but every scratch inside it holds a song that lives within. I never thought the rhythm of your heart would disappear, but silence learned your language and it's louder every year inside my restless chest tonight. I walk the same old sidewalks where we dance without a plan, where every careless promise made me more than who I am. The streetlights flicker softly like they know the truth too well, that every fallen angel once believed in heaven's spell before the wings began to break. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, to the dawn, pretending that the music of your love is truly gone. But somewhere in the distance, like a trumpet made of pain, your memory keeps playing through my lonely heart again. A song that never learned to fade. You walk like velvet trouble through the smoky neon bar, a crooked constellation shining brighter than a star. Your boots tap little secrets on the tired wooden floor, and suddenly the lonely night was asking you for more, like destiny had bought you a drink. You said your name like thunder wrapped in honey lullabies, a dangerous kind of poetry behind your reckless eyes. I laughed and said that love was just a rumor people chase, but something in your silence made my stubborn heart give chase to every shadow in your soul. The jukebox sang a heartbreak written decades long ago, and we danced like two confessions nobody should know. Your hands were warm disasters wandering over my skin, and every trembling heartbeat said I should not let you in. But rules were fading fast tonight. Your breath was laced with whiskey and a hint of sweet regret, the kind that leaves a melody a heart can't quite forget. We talked about tomorrow like it barely mattered now, while every whisper promise slipped unnoticed from a vow we never meant to truly keep. Outside the rain was falling like applause upon the street, a thousand silver rhythms tapping softly at our feet. You pulled me closer, laughing at the danger in the air, and suddenly the world was just the perfume in your hair and the gravity of your smile. You said forever's fragile like a match against the wind, but sometimes burning briefly is the bravest kind of sin. Your fingers traced a rhythm down the backbone of my fear, and every note you played was something I was born to hear inside the dark of who I am. By morning you were gone like every trouble I adore, a ghost that left its lipstick on my memory's back door. But every time the jukebox hums the same old velvet tune, I swear I see you dancing in the corner of the room, still stealing pieces of my heart. Oh, I sabe. Oh, I sabe. You wore a broken halo like a crown you couldn't hide, a rebel little angel with the devil on your side. The city lights were trembling like they knew your wicked name, and every lonely sinner in the bar had felt your flame before you even said hello. You leaned against the counter like a secret wrapped in smoke, and every careless sentence felt like some prophetic joke. I tried to keep my distance like a woman with control, but love was already stealing pieces of my soul with every glance you threw my way. The piano cried a melody too fragile to be true, and suddenly the world was just a space between us two. Your fingers brushed my shoulder like a spark across the dark, and every nerve inside me lit a dangerous little spark that reason couldn't quiet down. We talked about our scars like they were poems left unread, every fragile memory another tear we shed. You said the heart's a gambler with a terrible disguise, and sometimes losing everything is how it truly flies beyond the fear of being hurt. Your laughter rolled like thunder through the quiet of the room, a reckless kind of music blooming brightly in the gloom. I felt the night surrender to the rhythm of your voice, like every broken heartbeat it suddenly found a choice to dance again despite the pain. You held me like the darkness holds the shimmer of a star, a fragile little miracle that wandered from afar, and every whispered promise felt too honest to defend, like love had drawn a circle neither one of us could end without destroying what we were. break too easy when the morning comes too fast, and angels with your courage never really choose to last. Still every lonely midnight when the trumpet starts to cry, I feel your broken halo drifting softly through the sky. Above my tired heart of blue. Crying on the pavement in the rain, 1,000 tired reflections spelling out your name again. I walk the same old corner where you kissed me in the dark, where love once lit my lonely heart like some forbidden spark, before the silence learned my song. Your laughter used to echo through the midnight like a bell, a reckless kind of heaven wrapped in something close to hell. I thought that I could hold you like a secret in my hand, but love is just a drifting ghost no soul can truly command, no matter how they try. Through the bar across the street, each trembling note reminding me of when our pulses beat together like a rhythm only midnight understood, a dangerous little harmony that felt too real to be good, but still I couldn't turn away. You said the night was ours until the sunrise changes mine, but morning always steals the things that darkness leaves behind. Your shadow slipped away before the daylight could appear, and all that stayed beside me was the perfume of your fear, and lipstick on a glass of gin. I tried to drown the memory in a bottle made of lies, but every drop just painted little pictures of your eyes. The bartender kept watching like he knew my heart was done. Another foolish lover lost before the night was won, inside the city's lonely glow. Your voice still haunts the jukebox like a melody of smoke, a crooked little promise every lonely heart has spoke. And every time the trumpet plays that trembling shade of blue, the past returns to whisper all the things we never knew about the danger of our love. Now neon tears keep falling from the skyline every night, a broken constellation drowning slowly in the light. And somewhere in the darkness where your memory still stays, my heart keeps singing softly through the endless smoky haze, a song that never truly ends. Tasted like the whiskey in the bottom of my glass, a little sweet, a little sharp, a memory that won't pass. Your smile chosen us tonight. The trumpet sang a lonely tune that curled around your hair, and every drifting melody kept pulling me somewhere. Your fingers traced the rhythm of the chaos in my chest, and every fragile heartbeat suddenly forgot to rest inside your dangerous embrace. Lipstick in the dark, a reckless little wildfire born from one forbidden spark. But every word you whispered only dragged me further in, like heaven hides its miracles in places called a sin, where lonely souls collide. The room dissolved around us like a dream about to fade, to wandering hearts dancing in the mess that we had made. Your laughter rolled like thunder through the haze of cheap perfume, and suddenly the night had grown too small to hold the room of everything we felt. Tapping little rhythms on the street, while every drop was echoing the music in our feet. You held my face and told me that tomorrow wasn't real, that love is just a moment brave enough to feel before it disappears. Stained with whiskey and the promise of goodbye, the kind that leaves a scar no lonely heart can quite deny. I tried to hold the seconds like a thief inside my hands, but time is just a drummer no one truly understands when passion leaves the band. Into the cracks of tired blinds, you vanish like the poetry between unfinished lines. But every glass of whiskey that I raised beneath the moon still tastes a little like that reckless midnight tune you left upon my lips. You carried in. We danced like tired strangers who had met before in dreams, two scattered constellations drifting slowly through the beams of yellow barroom lighting, and a trumpet made of pain that played a little love song only ghosts could entertain inside their lonely bones. Your hands were warm confessions on the edges of my skin, each touch a quiet promise of the trouble we were in. a prayer, while every passing second made the silence harder there. Your breath against my neck was like a spark across the dark, and suddenly the room had turned into a beating heart that pulsed between our ribs. You said that hearts are fragile like a melody too old, but sometimes broken music is the bravest kind of gold. I laughed and said forever was a lie we like to chase, but still I felt eternity inside your fleeting face for just a moment there. Your shadow moved beside me like a dream about to fade, a fragile kind of magic neither one of us had made. And every trembling trumpet in the band began to cry, like even they could feel the ghost of our goodbye before it truly came. Now every lonely evening when the jazz begins to play, I feel you slow dancing in the smoke that drifts my way, a memory that lingers in the corners of the room, like love refuses quietly to vanish in the gloom, and keeps its rhythm in my chest. Oh yeah. Your lipstick on the ashtray looked like something left behind, a tiny crimson memory the night refused to mind. The smoke was curling slowly like the ghost of what we said, every careless promise floating somewhere overhead, like prayers we never meant to keep. The jukebox hummed a heartbreak written long before we met, a tired little melody soaked deeply in regret. You leaned against the counter like a story half untold, and every quiet second made the restless air grow cold before your fingers found my hand. Some forgotten life before. We talked about the city like it owed us something more, 1,000 lonely lovers walking every broken floor. Your laughter rolled like thunder through the haze of cheap perfume, and suddenly the bar had turned into a velvet room where nothing else existed. Outside the rain kept falling on the rooftops of the town, a silver little rhythm slowly washes secrets down. You pulled me close and whispered that the morning wasn't real, that love is just a moment brave enough to feel before it disappears. it from afar. Your shadow leaned against the wall like something half divine, and every restless heartbeat started dancing out of line. The moment that you smiled, you spoke like broken poetry, so deeply in the blues, the kind that only lonely souls could ever truly use. Your laughter was a rhythm tapping gently on my skin, and every note inside me said I should not let you in. But music never asks for sins. The saxophone was whispering secrets to the night, a velvet conversation floating softly through the light. Your fingers brushed my shoulder like a spark inside the dark, and suddenly my careful heart had missed its proper mark and stumbled into love. You said the world was colder than the whiskey in your glass, that every kind of sweetness is a moment meant to pass. But when you pulled me closer like a truth you couldn't hide, I felt the whole wide universe collapse against my side and breathe between our lips. The drummer kept a heartbeat that refused to slow its pace, while every drifting trumpet wrapped its arms around your face. I tried to hold the moment like a photograph in flame, but time was just a gambler in a crooked little game. We never meant to win. Your breath against my collar felt like thunder made of silk, a dangerous little sweetness stronger than the darkest guilt. I whispered that tomorrow might be kinder than tonight, but even as I spoke it, I could feel the fragile light beginning to unfold. Yeah. Ooh, now every lonely evening when the jazz begins to play, I feel your rhythm running through my blood another way. Like every note the trumpet cries is something left to you, a restless little heart decolored deep and midnight blue, still in my veins. The orchestra of midnight started tuning in the rain, 1,000 quiet violins rehearsing little pains. You stood beneath the streetlight like a melody undone, a fragile kind of beauty waiting for the night to run straight into your arms. How you told me every lover is a note that fades too fast, a trembling little harmony too fragile long to last. But when your fingers wandered through the silence of my hand, I felt a deeper music neither one of us had planned. softly like applause from up above. A silent little witness to the tragedy of love. I tried to memorize the trembling of your face, because forever always loses badly in this race against the rising sun. Hey, your voice was fading slowly like the final trembling chord. A fragile little whisper no musician could record. The night kept holding on to us like something meant to stay, but morning always steals the songs that darkness lets us play before they truly bloom. Now every lonely evening when the violins begin, I hear the broken symphony we left beneath our skin. A music made of shadows and the things we couldn't save, still drifting through the silence like a ghost beyond the grave of every word we meant. The bartender rang the bell for the last caller of the night. A tired little signal drowning softly in the light. You sat beside me quietly with thunder in your eyes, and something in the silence told me love was a disguise. We both were learning slowly. Your voice was low and fragile like a trumpet losing air, a lonely little melody that floated through the air. You said the night was ending, but the pain would still remain, like whiskey stains on memories no rain can ever drain, from hearts that love too hard. We talked about tomorrow like it lived a mile away, a distant little promise we might never truly say. Your fingers trace the rhythm of the chaos in my chest, and every beating second seemed to beg for just one test of courage in the dark. Played a final song nobody tried to hear, a trembling kind of lullaby so deeply in the beer. You leaned against my shoulder like a storm about to fall, and suddenly the whole wide world felt smaller than the wall that held us there. You whispered that forever is a word too hard to keep, a fragile little secret every lonely heart must reap. But still you held me closer like the truth was somewhere near, hidden in the trembling of a single falling tear that slipped across your cheek. Kept watching as the lights began to fade, two broken little strangers in the mess that love had made. I tried to stop the moment like a clock within my hand, but time was already walking out across the band and leaving us behind. Begin to close, I hear your fading laughter drifting softly through the couldn't say.